Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to unpack powerful ideas, helping you navigate, well, our pretty complex world.
Yeah.
Today, we're tackling something absolutely central to all our lives, our relationship with technology.
Mhm.
We all see the constant innovation, right? The promises of connection, efficiency, progress, all that.
Yeah, nonstop.
But I think many of us also grapple with the other side, the endless notifications, that digital fatigue, maybe even this kind of unsettling feeling that our screens are pulling us further apart sometimes.
Definitely feel that.
And this isn't just about like managing screen time, it feels deeper. It's about the very fabric of how we interact with and, crucially, create our technological future.
Right.
What if that discomfort we feel isn't just a bug, but actually a profound message trying to tell us something?
Hmm.
So our deep dive today offers a really refreshing and I think powerful perspective from a philosophy called interrealism.
Interrealism, yeah.
It proposes a kind of radical new way to understand why technology can feel so overwhelming sometimes, and importantly, how we can consciously direct its progress for deeper connection, for genuine fulfillment.
Moving beyond just coping.
Exactly. We're going beyond the symptoms, trying to get to the root causes. Our mission here is to extract the core insights from interrealism, conscious direction of technology for connection and fulfillment. We want to give you a new framework, really, for thinking about interacting with and maybe even creating technology, and prepare for some surprising insights into how deeply our inner world shapes our tech.
That's absolutely right. Interrealism is, well, it's a fascinating 21st century philosophy.
Mm.
And it offers this really sweeping view. It posits the profound interconnectedness of, well, everything,
Yeah.
all reality.
Everything.
I mean, individuals, society, nature, the technosphere,
Yeah.
The sum of all our technology and even the universe itself, they're not seen as separate entities, but as an integrated whole. So from this viewpoint, our approach to technology isn't about like fear-based restriction or just hitting the pause button on innovation.
Which feels impossible anyway.
Right. Instead, it's about conscious direction, about integrating technology into the whole of our being so that it serves deeper connection and fulfillment, rather than leading to the very fragmentation and destruction we often, worry about. It's about recognizing our inherent role as active participants. We're shaping this technological future, whether we realize it or not.
Okay, so if interrealism is about conscious direction, how does that really differ from just, say, being cautious about new tech or, imposing regulations? What's the fundamental distinction our sources are making here? It sounds like it's asking something, well, far more profound than just external controls.
It absolutely is. The core tenet here, and what makes interrealism so potent, I think, is this understanding that we are not separate observers. We're not standing outside the system of reality looking in. We are its living, integral parts. Every thought we have, every invention we conceive, every action we take, it creates ripples. Ripples that spread through this vast interconnected network.
The ripple effect.
Exactly. So conscious direction isn't about suppressing technological progress out of fear, as if it's some external threat we need to contain.
Right.
It's about integrating it consciously, recognizing that everything we create impacts the entire system, from our personal well-being, right through to the health of the planet. The aim is to move beyond just preventing harm towards actually fostering genuine fulfillment and harmony across the whole. We are always inherently part of the technology we create. It's not separate.
That's a really crucial distinction. Not us versus technology, but us within technology. Okay, now our sources, they lay out three crucial reasons why this conscious direction is so vital. And they offer this whole new way to think about our relationship with tech. Let's dive into the first one, which is, well, maybe the most mind-bending idea: technology as an extension of our inner field. What does that mean?
Yeah, this is truly a game changer.
Right.
Interrealism posits that technology isn't just something we invent and then, use. It's not external to us, not some alien object just dropped into our lives.
Okay.
Think about your smartphone. It's an everyday example, right?
Right.
It's not merely a piece of metal, glass, and plastic. From an interrealistic perspective, it's a materialized extension of our mind, of our intentions, of our attention.
Wow. Okay. An extension of our mind.
Yeah. So if our inner field, and by that we mean our mind, our emotional state, our underlying motivations, if that's fragmented or anxious or driven primarily by, say, fear or greed or the need for constant validation, then the technology we create will inevitably carry that same energetic imprint. It just will.
Yeah.
It'll manifest as tools that fragment our attention, create those addiction loops, maybe deepen alienation, pushes towards superficial interaction.
So wait, That addictive scroll, the constant notifications, that feeling of digital overload, you're saying these aren't just external pressures from, like Silicon Valley, but they're actual materialized reflections of our own internal fragmentation or anxiety.
That's the core idea, yes.
That implication is kind of staggering. It means the solution isn't just, better regulation, but
Neither.
maybe deeper self-awareness. Does interrealism offer a path to consciously shift that internal state? So our creations become tools of connection, not fragmentation.
Precisely. This insight completely flips the script. It suggests that steering technological progress means, above all, steering and cultivating ourselves, our inner world. If we can cultivate a calm, focused, and integrated inner field, one that's genuinely filled with the intention to serve the whole, to connect, to heal, to educate, to empower, then technology becomes a profound tool for exactly that.
Yeah.
Imagine an app designed not just to capture every last second of your attention or for profit, but one designed to genuinely facilitate moments of deep focus or maybe authentic connection with loved ones. It starts within the creator, that intention, and then it permeates the creation itself.
That makes so much sense. It feels intuitive somehow. Our internal state directly influences the nature of our technological creations.
Yeah.
Okay. Which brings us neatly to the second pillar of conscious direction. Responsibility as an expression of love for the whole. And our sources have a really wonderful analogy for this, don't they?
They do, and it's very vivid. They say, you cannot tie a knot at one end of a net without affecting its entire edge.
Like that.
It beautifully illustrates this profound interconnectedness of everything.
Yeah.
So when we develop powerful technologies, think about artificial intelligence, genetic engineering, global communication networks, really powerful stuff.
Like game changers.
Exactly. Releasing them into the world without deeply considering their ripple effect on the human psyche, on social structures, on the environment, on vulnerable ecosystems, that's fundamentally irresponsible. And this isn't about imposing arbitrary restrictions. The source describes it as an act of profound love and responsibility.
So this isn't just about, adhering to ethical guidelines, documents, but cultivating a genuine sense of care for the vast web of life that's impacted by our creations. How might that look different in practice compared to, say, current approaches?
Exactly. Love, in this interrealistic sense, is understood as a conscious force.
Yes.
One that actively maintains and strengthens the bonds within the whole.
Okay.
So responsibility means actively seeing these intricate bonds and acting with a profound awareness that, as the source puts it, myself is inseparable from yourself and from the self of the river, the tree, and the star. In practice, this means moving beyond just short-term profit or isolated efficiency goals.
Yeah.
It means asking, for instance, not just can we build this AI, but what will this AI do to the social fabric of communities? How might it shift human cognition over time? What resources will it consume? What waste will it create?
A much broader set of questions.
There's a holistic assessment,
Yeah.
driven by a deep care for the entire interconnected system. It transforms our motivation, really, from maybe control or exploitation towards conscious care.
That's incredibly powerful. It redefines responsibility not as some kind of burden, but as a conscious choice, stemming from a deep, interconnected understanding. Okay. And the third pillar. This one really hits home for many of us, I think, experiencing the modern world. Crisis and pain as teachers of meaning. I mean, who hasn't felt that internal alarm bell ringing, often tied to tech?
Indeed, yeah. Current crises, whether they're climatic or social polarization or the widespread mental health challenges we see, they're often linked directly to uncontrolled technological progress, or at least amplified by it. From an interrealistic viewpoint, these aren't punishments.
Yeah.
Or just unfortunate side effects we have to, live with.
Right.
Instead, they are framed as an alarm clock ringing to wake us up from the illusion of separateness, that feeling of being separate.
That alarm clock.
Yeah. The discomfort and pain we feel, for instance, when we witness environmental destruction caused by, say, resource extraction for tech components, or when we see lonely individuals perhaps trapped in increasingly isolating virtual worlds, that pain is described as a healthy response of an interconnected organism to damage to one of its parts.
That's a fascinating way to look at it. So that feeling of digital fatigue, maybe, or the anxiety about how rapidly AI is advancing, that isn't a sign of weakness, but a healthy signal that something's out of alignment.
Precisely. This pain, this discomfort, it serves a crucial purpose.
Yeah.
It's meant to make us stop, pause. It's meant to force us to ask those fundamental questions. Why are we doing this? For whom? And for the benefit of what, ultimately? It connects back to the idea that true meaning isn't really found in painless, ephemeral entertainment, or just superficial distraction. It's found in the present moment, often when we face a challenge and consciously choose between, say, fear and courage,
Okay.
or between selfishness and service to the greater whole. If we keep hitting snooze on that alarm clock,
Yeah.
we just perpetuate the cycle of imbalance.
I know many listeners, and well, myself included, can probably relate to that feeling, digital fatigue, anxiety, and now seeing it as a message from my own interconnected being. That's different. I mean, who hasn't felt that urge to just put the phone down and walk away, right? But then found themselves picking it right back up moments later, almost on autopilot. It's a compelling argument that by ignoring that discomfort, we're missing a vital opportunity for growth, for redirection. So, okay, let's make this really practical. What does this all mean for you, the listener, in your daily life? Our sources provide some incredibly tangible examples of how to apply interrealism right now. Moving beyond the philosophy into everyday action, let's start with something we all do, buying new tech.
Right. Before buying a new technological product, interrealism challenges us to go way beyond the typical question, what will it do for me? Or is it the latest, the fastest, the cheapest?
Usual check.
Yeah. Instead, it prompts us to ask much deeper questions that consider the whole system. Questions like, how and by whom was this actually made?
Yeah.
What impact did its production have on people and the planet from, the raw materials right through to manufacturing? Will this technology genuinely bring me closer to real people and real experiences, or is it maybe likely to isolate me from them, even subtly?
Yeah.
It urges us to consider the full ripple effect of our consumer choices, looking beyond just our personal utility.
That's such a powerful reframing of a seemingly simple act. It transforms a purchase from just a transactional decision into, well, a conscious vote. Your purchase is literally a vote for the shape of the world you want to see, for the kind of reality you want to reinforce. It is your ripple in the network.
Exactly. Every choice, no matter how small it might seem, carries weight in this interconnected system.
Okay. And what about those of us who are actually making the technology? When working on a technological project, how does interrealism apply there? I know many listeners are programmers, designers, innovators themselves.
Yeah, good question. Our sources illustrate this really beautifully with the example of a programmer developing an application. The intention behind their work matters profoundly.
The intention?
Yeah. Is the programmer's primary intention just to maximize the time users spend in the application? An intention that might be based on, say, a fear of insufficient engagement, or maybe driven solely by financial metrics, pushing for those addictive design patterns we talked about.
Right.
Or is their work filled with the intention of creating a tool that genuinely helps people, connects them in meaningful ways, supports their overall well-being, even if that means users actually spend less time mindlessly scrolling? The philosophy states that this inner intention becomes an invisible but very real part of the program itself. It shapes its very nature and how it impacts users.
So the intention behind the creation is somehow embedded in the output, influencing the user's experience in subtle but profound ways. It means that even the most complex algorithms or interfaces carry, like the energetic signature of their creator's inner field.
Absolutely. That's the idea. It speaks to the concept that consciousness is inherent in the act of creation.
Yeah.
And that fundamentally informs the nature of the creation itself. It's really a call for conscious co-creation.
Conscious co-creation. Okay. And finally, something many of us experience pretty regularly, those moments of digital fatigue. What does interrealism offer then, beyond just, take a break?
Right. When you feel overwhelmed or anxious by that constant stream of information, by the relentless demands of the digital world, our sources explain that this isn't just a mood you're in. It's a message from your connected being.
A message.
Yeah, it's your inner field telling you it's out of balance. So instead of simply scrolling further, maybe seeking more input to try and alleviate the discomfort, which is a common reaction, right?
Definitely.
But ultimately unhelpful.
Definitely.
The suggestion is profound in its simplicity.
Yeah.
Go outside, touch a tree, exchange your energy with the earth.
Get grounded, literally.
Literally. The core idea is to physically, consciously realize you are part of a larger living whole. By connecting with nature, you reaffirm those fundamental bonds that technology might have inadvertently weakened or obscured.
That simple shift in attention, it's an act of managing technological progress at the most intimate level within yourself. It's not just a digital detox in the usual sense. It feels like an energetic recalibration. In doing so, you strengthen the very bonds that technology has, perhaps unintentionally weakened or made invisible. It's a powerful personal calibration, reminding us that we are always connected to something much bigger than the screen in our hands. So, wrapping this up then, our deep dive into interrealism. It really isn't about limiting technology or fearing innovation. It's about elevating it.
Yeah, elevating.
It's about conscious co-creation where every technological step is matched by a step in our own inner development. The sources sum it up so beautifully when they say, so that our intelligence equals our wisdom, our abilities equal our love, and our progress equals our responsibility.
It's a powerful equation. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, the highest technology, according to Interrealism, isn't some complex algorithm or a groundbreaking physical invention.
No.
No, it is precisely the ability to love, to see connections where others only see separation, and to create meaning from our experiences. And that is a task that no machine can ever take away from us. It is, however, a task which we can either silence with our machines by allowing them to dictate our attention and intentions, or which we can profoundly elevate with them by consciously directing their purpose, and crucially, our own inner state. It's a choice we make every day, really, with every interaction, every creation.
That's a truly provocative thought to leave with you. This week, as you navigate your digital world, maybe take a moment to consider how your own inner field might be shaping your experience of technology. What connections might you strengthen, both within yourself and with the world around you? Thank you for joining us on the Deep Dive. We really hope this exploration of interrealism gives you a fresh lens, a new way to view your world, and your role in shaping it.